Hi everyone, I'm Carl. Welcome back to the Renko Trading channel. Before we start, this content is for educational and experimental purposes only. It is not financial advice. Always do your own research before making any investment decisions. If your Renko chart feels too noisy or too slow, there's a very good chance your brick size is the problem. And this is something I see all the time. People spend hours tweaking and optimizing indicators, but they completely overlook the one setting that controls everything. In this video, I'm going to show you how I actually choose my Renko brick size, without overcomplicating it. Now most guides out there focus on formulas, ATR calculations, percentages, all that stuff. And those can be helpful. But in my experience, brick size is less about math and more about behavior. What kind of chart do you want? How do you want your strategy to behave? That's what really matters. Let's start with something simple. This is the same market, but two different brick sizes. On the left, we have smaller bricks. You can see more signals, more reversals, and a lot more noise. On the right, larger bricks. Now, fewer signals and smoother trends. So right away, you can see brick size completely changes how your strategy behaves. Here's another example. This is using the ATR-based brick size. You can see the trend breaks below the swing low near $70, then reverses at about $62.50. And it happens again. Another break below the swing low around $82.50. Now watch what happens when we double the brick size. With the fixed size, that same price action no longer breaks the structure. The 5-year uptrend stays intact. This is the key idea. Brick size controls how often you trade, how clean your trends look, how many false signals you get, and even how your drawdowns feel. So instead of asking what is the best brick size, a better question is what kind of trading behavior do I want? Now let's quickly talk about fixed versus ATR brick size. With a fixed brick size, it stays the same the whole time. So it's very consistent, and it makes backtesting a lot easier to compare. ATR is different. It adjusts with volatility, so the brick size expands and contracts as the market changes. That can help it adapt better in different conditions. Personally, I like to keep things simple. So I usually start with fixed brick sizes first, because they are easier to backtest and easier to understand. Then later, I might explore ATR if I want something a bit more adaptive. This is how I actually do it. Nothing complicated. I'll start with what feels like a reasonable brick size. Then I'll run a quick backtest. After that, I'll tweak it a bit. Maybe try one slightly smaller and one slightly larger. And then I'll compare how they behave. Things like the number of trades, how clean the trends look, the drawdown, just the overall feel of the strategy. And here's the important part. I'm not trying to find the perfect setting. I'm just looking for something that works consistently. Let me show you a quick example. Same asset, same strategy. Just different brick sizes. With smaller bricks, you're going to see more trades, but also more noise and more whipsaws. Now when you switch to larger bricks, you get fewer trades, The trends look smoother. But sometimes your entries come a little later. So at the end of the day, depending on your strategy, one might fit you better than the other. Here are a few mistakes I see all the time. One of the biggest ones is going too small with your brick size. That usually leads to a lot of noise and a lot of overtrading. On the flip side, some people go too large. And when that happens, you start missing moves. And your entries come in way too late. And then there's this one. Over-optimizing. You find a setting that looks amazing, but only in one backtest. And most of the time, that just doesn't hold up. So here's the simple takeaway. There really isn't a perfect Renko brick size. It's just about finding one that fits your strategy. If your chart feels too noisy, try going a little bigger. If it feels too slow, then go a little smaller. Test it, compare it, and keep it simple. So as you saw earlier, when we changed the brick size, the profit factor changed too. But here's what I really want you to pay attention to. The drawdown also changed. In some cases, the profit factor goes up, but the drawdown increases as well. So yes, you might be making more money, but you're also taking on larger losses along the way. And the real question is, are you comfortable with that? Because this is where a lot of traders struggle. When those bigger losses start to happen, people panic, and they start changing their strategy mid-trade. And that's usually where things go wrong. So this is something you really need to think about. Not just how much you can make, but what you can actually tolerate. That's a wrap on today's breakdown. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this helpful, give it a like and hit subscribe for more Renko trading insights. Don't forget the bell icon, and I'll see you in the next one.